It's Gemma. If you found my channel somehow, welcome. I'm a K-pop multi and have been for a number of years now. I've been getting on a bit of a journey. I now say this at the beginning of every video, but I have some groups I love and spend a lot of time loving. And then there's quite a few that I've casually listened to over the years and then now I've been getting deeper into. And that mainly right now being NCT as a whole, all of them, and ATs. So I've done an ATs guide, some music videos there. I've done NCT videos, just pretty much every unit. But then more recently I did an NCT 127 guide and NCT 127's Killing Voice. Now it's time to do Dream. Dream is the next big unit, I think, that came from NCT. And then I think Wavy would have come after that. And then I learned through all the amazing comments I received. Thank you for people that write comments, by the way. It really does help me because I don't necessarily always have the time to go research myself if I want to learn something, deeper. So someone just being here's the answer. It's very helpful. Anyway, I learned that NCTU is a rotating unit. There will be different members from all of NCT in the unit at different times. It's not one set group. So, today, it is NCT Dream Guide. We have Oopsie Daisy. They did a guide to NCT Dream. It was recommended to me. If it is not the guide you would recommend, I'm sorry. It's hard to know which one is right. I try to go on views, but also some of them are very old if they have a lot of views. And it's unhelpful, and I'm not trying to do the unhelpful guides right away. I feel those are for fans, or for people that are not trying to learn details. I usually pause when I try to talk, so if you're not into that, I'm sorry. I'm not actually, I know quite a bit about a lot of groups that I don't listen to. Mark is the leader, I know that much. That's my boy. Toronto born. This is such a cute, people are so talented. This guide does not exhaustively cover every aspect of each member's personality, and neither would, which is super fair, by the way. Whenever people are they didn't mention, I'm well, what do you want? I'm personally would never watch a 7-hour guide on a group. I think guides are good to get you in, and then you should then not just based off when I watched the first ever BTS guide, it was Yoongi was kind of surly looking at first. And yeah, but he's also silly. But if you just went on based off that one thing about them, then I guess you've never met a person before. People are multi-dimensional.
NCT Dream debuted in August 2016 with their digital single Chewing Gum as the third subunit of NCT under SM Entertainment. The group was initially designed to be a teenage group and had a graduation system where the members would graduate from the unit once they turned 20 in Korean age.
Oh, I didn't know there was a limit like that.
So when their eldest member Mark turned 20, he graduated from the group. However, in 2020 April, SM Entertainment announced that the graduation system would be dissolved and that NCT Dream would continue their promotions as a flexible unit, including the once graduated member, Mark.
A flexible unit, because that's what NCTU is kind of, right? So people who are dreamies, I think they have their own name. Does it change? Does the lineup change after 2020 at all? Has it?
Mark is the unofficial/official leader of NCT Dream. Because they originally had a graduation system, they didn't have a set leader. However, Mark, although having not much authority,
They're bullying him! Bullies! Oh my gosh. No respect.
예쁜 척하면 재수없지. 내가 예쁜 척하는 게 아니라 예쁘게 티가 나쁜데.
Has always been the leader figure of the group as the eldest
My
member and
God.
always leads their chant.
Aw. Yo,
And
Dream?
the Dreamies do seem to depend on him a lot.
왜?
마크 형 의견 좀 들려주세요.
그 처음 들어갈 때에서 그 얘 전까지는 진짜 네가 연습한 그대로 하는데 근데 그냥 편안하게 한다고 생각해요. 왜냐면 네가 지금 돌고 돌아 추워가는 기분이 이게 다 네가 그 박자 맞추려고 하다 보니까 가끔 빨라지고 가끔 놓치고 그런데 그냥 그 있는 거를 그냥 하면 편하게 해보고 할 수 있잖아.
Mark is the main rapper and main dancer of NCT Dream.
Look at him go. I think I've seen this now. 'Cause- Yes! Oh, that's the best part of Super M's song,
Singer and
dropping.
I personally really like his singing. Sorry, my dog's here. Good boy. Sorry. He has a very
He's a good singer.
endearingly bubbly spirit and is adored by everyone wherever he goes.
제가 아기 치타, 아기 사자를
아.
닮았다고.
그러면은 여기서
Lovable.
한번 다 같이 애용을 한번 다시 선창 한번 해주세요. 좋아하시는 거.
오케이. 애용.
We have a special guest.
Cute.
today. You're waiting for it. I was waiting for it. We also have matching looks.
Let's say coupley looking. Coupley looking.
Sizes are different though.
Aw.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Although he can be clumsy at times.
And can't cook an
When
egg
it
to save
comes
his life.
Work and music, he is very passionate and professional.
구성 자체가 다들 이 플로우가 있는 구성이니까 다 오히려 약간 느낌이 다른 게 더 있을 것 같아요.
Yeah, look around 둘러봐도 온통 짙은 푸른 빛 까만 밤 마치 깊은 물에 잠시 환시 먹먹함 속에 너의 목소리만 들을지 어쩌지
He has debuted a total of 4 times. NCT U, NCT 127, NCT Dream, and Super M. Renjun is the main vocal and lead dancer of
At what point do you stop debuting? You know, at what point is it over? Like, when is it not a debut anymore? Like, if he does a solo debut, is that, like, this man will never not be, he'll be fucking 35 years old debuting. This man, they won't stop with Mark. I'm surprised they didn't throw him in Rise, to be honest. Okay, normally I do, like, a little chat after a member to, like, talk about my feelings. I've kind of already spoken about Mark in my 127 one. I guess if you don't watch that one, you wouldn't know. He's a Canadian. I'm a Canadian. That's my boy. I knew him, like, specifically him, Johnny, and I'd heard of Taeyong before I got into NCT more specifically. So he was someone that I definitely kind of, like, latched onto a bit. I think it's impressive that he's, the leader of this group. I think it must have been such a crazy time. Like, he's, debuted in 127, then he was in Dream. And then they were like, okay, you're not gonna be in Dream anymore. And he was like, okay. And then they're like, just kidding, you're back in Dream. Also, you're in Super. I'm like, I feel like he's just, like, had such a crazy, wild ride in terms of, like, he has not gone on the normal path even a normal NCT member would likely go on. So I do respect the fact that he's obviously gone through so much. And it seems like he's incredibly passionate about what he does. It's probably why he's down to do all of the, like, I'm sure there's, like, a level, I mean, I don't know, they're on a contract, but, like, if he didn't want to do Super M, would he have to, Like, but I feel like he likes performing and singing and, like, you know, like rapping. He likes doing all that. So he is getting more opportunities to do that. So I feel like he's the type where he doesn't say no to it because it's his dream, his NCT dream. I'm sorry. Anyway, so I like Mark a lot. Succinct, I like Mark. Renjun.
NCT Dream.
Wait, sorry.
NCT
Main vocal, lead dancer, 2000. They're babies. Renjun. I've heard of him. Ooh, very pretty. Ooh.
Mena get fooled by his angelic voice, but Renjun actually got into SM with dancing.
I mean, SM is, I believe, one that cares a lot about well-rounded talent.
Renjun
And they
is
give them a
very
lot of
witty and
lessons,
savage
which is
and
good.
Doesn't hold back.
And the reason I say it's good is because a lot of these people come in with raw talent, and specifically dancing and singing, like as much as like, you know, it's like many other things that you can misuse your voice and you can dance incorrectly and injure yourself. So I think from my knowledge of SM, I don't think they're perfect as a company by any means, by the way. But like I do know that they put a lot of effort into like giving them lessons, like individual lessons. So people that maybe start out, and they still have to put in the work, but people that has maybe start out with like just, you know, one talent, like one area that they shine in, can really grow and get better and be multifaceted. And that's something I think SM kind of specializes in from my knowledge. But I also, once again, do not think that they are perfect as a company.
이렇게 해서
네. 이발로 일어나시면 됩니다.
일어나시래.
Ooh.
이렇게 해서 안 돼.
런쥔이 훈련이었어요. 중국이랑 천국.
I don't fully understand that joke. She's a little savage. He doesn't take shit. Oh, he's beating them up. He didn't fuck around.
However, we all know that Renjun is a very sensitive and sentimental person and an actual sweetheart,
Oh.
and that he cares deeply for his members.
오. 엄마 보고 있어요?
우동에 뿌리는 아주 부러웠나?
아니야, 안 부었어, 안 부었어.
아니 잘못했어요. 21분 쳤어.
그리고 지성이한테 부었다는 말 하면
Oh.
지성이 굉장히 신기했어요.
훔쳤어.
저도 자기 전에
Period, you shouldn't say things about people's faces, you know? Like, unless it's, you know, oh, like I see there's makeup on your teeth or something. Is there? No. That would be a sad one if you're all like, there is. If that's something you can fix in like 5 minutes, you know, then you can say something because you're trying to help someone out. But if you're saying like, oh, you have this thing that I don't like, or like, oh, like your face is swollen, like if he's swollen, if he's puffy from sleep, it's gonna go down when it goes down. So he can't do anything in that moment. And idols care a lot about their looks. So if you're just pointing something out to make someone feel bad, just don't do that shit.
생각하는 게 많아요. 내가 뭘 원하고
어.
있는지, 어떤 목표를 위해서 가고 있는지가 까먹으면은 살아가기 정말 힘들어져요.
Renjun is from Jilin,
Smart boy.
China, but he grew up speaking both Chinese and Korean, so he is practically fluent in both languages.
Wow.
한국어 자신 있어요.
Sometimes he's even more Korean than the Korean members, so they often joke around by asking if he's secretly Korean.
홈깍지 빼고 진짜 잘 나왔어.
홈깍지가
약간
홈깍지가 있었어?
그러니까 우리 팀 홈깍지 빼고 우리가. 아는 게 많지. 와 이거 어떻게 알아?
Who?
But he sometimes pulls the I'm a foreigner card despite being practically fluent in Korean.
He should be able to.
I find it so funny.
That is funny.
이런 거라도 할 수 있는 게 있어?
저 한국 근데 잘 못해요. 한국.
갑자기?
Suddenly. Are you sure?
뭐잘 모르겠다고? 이제까지 다 해놓고?
이번 앨범에서는 제가 싫어하는 곡이 1도 없어요. 아니, 그러니까 원래 싫어하는
뭐야?
괜찮아. 내가 밝혀줘. 왜냐면 내가 한국어를 잘 못하잖아. 뭐지 이건? 그래서 이거 말 실수한 것 같은데.
As of recently, he has all of his members whipped for him and is living the YN life.
Ooh.
나 내 차례.
와 너무 진짜 잘.
내가 제일 좋아하는 페이지.
내 차례.
아니 근데 나 진짜
아기요.
내 차례. 내가 제일 좋아하는 페이지.
They got a crush on him.
아니
우리 삼각관계야?
A love triangle.
소진이 될 거야.
삼각관계 왜 이렇게 많아?
런진이 사실
Renjun belongs to Jisoo?
Jeno is the lead rapper and
Mark said, I tell you who you're dating. And they all went, we don't listen to you. So Renjun seems a little sassy. He's got a little sass in there, but he also seems quite wise. I'm a little curious if anyone wants to tell me. Please tell me. Like, why did he speak Korean growing up as well as Chinese? Like, did he like grow up in both places, or like did he go to international school? Like, I'm kind of curious as to, because I feel like most people coming from China wouldn't have been speaking Korean. And most other idols that I've heard that are foreign, like that's part of it, is they have to learn the language too, for the most part. Obviously some, but like if he isn't Korean, if his family's not Korean, then I'm just curious what motivated him to learn Korean before becoming an idol. But he seems very cute, got a lot of sass, beautiful voice, and a large base, it seems, of Korean music knowledge. There's like some folk in there and OST, so he seems to be doing the deep dives. He has deep cuts, and I love it. Very sweet. Now we have Jeno, lead rapper, lead dancer, also 2000. He is Korean.
Answer of NCT Dream.
Oh, I like that they put who is who, because if you don't know, you're like, who am I supposed to be looking at? He's on the right. Get it. Those are nice jeans.
서로의 존재를 느껴 나의 Islam 이미 꺼져가면 come and find me 광야를 넘어 더 가까이 와 Yeah 버틴 턱이 없잖아 나 긴장해도 불고서 나 본 앞에 뛰어 That's right
Okay.
Although he was never officially appointed as a leader, when Mark was absent, Jeno stood in for the leader role and led their chant.
뭐
리더가 없어요?
공식 리더가 없거든요.
아, 공석이구나.
근데 리더 같은 사람은 누구예요?
제노가 좀
제노가.
그런
He's like, do I?
And to Mark, Jeno is a very reliable person who he can depend on.
Leaders need that. Leaders, like, regardless of their age or status in a group, they need another member to be that person for them. And like, it's not like an official title by any means, but it's like that person that like, because being a leader of a K-pop group could be very difficult, you know? Like, it's a lot of pressure if you just take it on yourself and don't have anyone to like bounce ideas off of. So it seems like Jeno seems like he then likely has a very natural disposition to being a leader. Like, he has like the leader personality. If he was like able to step into it unofficially, people just look to him for that, you know? And then he's someone that Mark looks to for like support. So that's very cool.
내가 좀 어리버리해서 좀 사소한 것도 좀 많이
Aw.
챙겨주고 사실
Aww.
약간 그냥 약간 있어주기만 해도 약간 든든한 느낌이 있어요.
약간 존재만으로도 그냥 든든한 느낌. Blinded by his visuals and
Very
charismatic
pretty.
stage persona, many people fail to
I think I pointed him out asking who he was when I was watching ISTJ. Now that I'm looking at the face structure, the bone structure, the visuals.
the soft and adorable side of Jeno.
He's so cold.
하고 있어요. 학양 완성됐으니까 저도 이제 명찰 개설을 있는데
Oh.
이제 5일이 되면서 저도 할 게 좀 더 많아져가지고 했다고 해도
팬분들이 아까 전에 윙크해서 했어요.
Oh my god, what is he doing?
못 봤을 거 아니에요.
He was in his own world there. Oh, I get it.
나재미 텐션.
Oh.
제노가 약간 좀 감정에 있어서 좀 약간 숨기지 못하는 그런 게 있어요. 그러니까 예를 들면 우리가 칭찬을 하면은 그래서 바로 좋아. 약간 그런
Cute.
뭔가 점잖다가 얘가 칭찬하면 좋아하고 이러니까 그게 귀여운 거죠.
Feel what you feel.
투명하고 점잖은 스타일이거든요.
Because of this, Jeno
Oh,
often
he's very
falls
cute.
victim to the members' teasing.
Oh.
제노 형은 진짜 잘 삐져요. 진짜 잘 삐진다고. 와.
He's like, do I?
생각부터 자꾸 제가 거의 약간 애기 취급을 당하는 거예요, 멤버들 사이에서. 이유가 뭐예요?
그러니까 그냥 애기니까. 제노는 아직 안 만들었어.
근데 왜 나는 안 주고?
야 쟤는 서운해 좋았어. 야 애초에 지금 만들어.
이 친구는 그냥 아주 기본된 거예요. 그냥 연락하고 싶으면 하고 그게 맞지. 연락하기 싫으면 안 하고 그게 맞지.
Oh man.
근데 근데 진짜 진호가 너 진호한테 상처 줄 그만 좀 연락으로 이제 상처 주지 마.
Mark is a counselor.
이제 스케줄 끝나고 연락하라고 했는데 아직까지 연락이 안 왔어요.
He's so sad.
아직까지 연락이 안 왔어요. 너 지금 나 스케줄 하고 내가 도와주고 싶어.
제노라서 더 그러고.
Oh no.
Even up until
That's the tea. Honestly, if people know that they can get you, if they know that they can piss you off, they know that they can piss you off or like tease you and you're gonna react well, then they're gonna keep doing it. Because people with that person, like my sister, like she was like, I think it was in her nature. She was like, I can't stop teasing Gemma because she is so easily pissed off by it. And it's true. It took a really long time for me to like snap out of that. So if like, and he's young. So I'm sure he's just like someone that doesn't even mean to get people riled up by, but he like his reactions are what people like make people want to jump on him. But it seems like he's very sweet, a little sweet soul.
recently, Jeno was teased for being no jam, which means no fun in Korean.
친구들이
Lame.
부르던 나의 별명 노잼. 제노잼.
변하지 않는 수시원입니다.
But recently he has become a rising comedian.
Yeah.
제가 저희 가족을 보면서 생각이 든 건데 제가 재미없는 거는 가족 탓인 것 같아요.
It's your fault.
일단 저희 누나도 되게 재미가 없어요.
I'm what now?
어머니는 성격은 밝으신데 재밌는 밝음은
아 밝게 하신데 재밌는 밝음은 아니다.
아빠는 저랑 똑같아요. 성격이 진짜 똑같아요.
Lame? No, I'm kidding.
지금 너무 재밌는데. 예전에 제노가 아닌데 완전 웃긴데.
마음에 안 들어.
야. 그래요 제노. 아 좋아요.
이렇게 칭찬받으니까 불편한 거예요.
Oh, does he have a love-hate relationship, a Tom and Jerry relationship with Haechan? Is that the T? Or was that Renjin? I can't tell. I'm so sorry. I'm getting to them. But I got that vibe from Haechan and him. But it is true that like you do pick up like a lot from growing up, like nurture versus nature, right? Like my family is very funny and I'm decently funny. I'm not a comedian, but like I definitely have a sense of humor based on my family. Because they're all very funny. He said his family is sucks. No. Lame.
깼으면 좋겠어요. 그냥 지라고요? 맞아요. 난 그냥 지금이 좋은데.
아니 근데
자체가
저도 발전할 생각은 없어요.
Stop being funny.
When he was younger, Jeno appeared in several commercials.
Oh, he's so cute. It's a baby.
마음까지 키웁니다. 단 100% 골라내고 먹으래. 먹기 싫어.
No.
콩 먹으면 키 크는 거예요?
2021년 버전으로 콩 먹으면 키 크는 거예요. 한번 부탁드려요. 이 카메라 보시고.
Oh.
예.
Oh man.
콩 먹었는데 키 안 크던데요.
Good for him.
Haechan is the main vocal.
Good for him. I would have been like, no. Nah, you can't see it. Like, I forgot my lines. Like, oh my god. Can you do that embarrassing thing? Poor Vernon has that too from 17. Can you do that embarrassing thing you did from your childhood? Like, no, go away. But if you don't know, this, I don't know if this is the way it was, but back in the day, my mom and dad both worked in television. My dad still does. What they used to do for babies, for young kids to make them cry, is they pinch them. Because you can't tell the baby, tap into your inner working to fucking cry about things. Like, you can't convince a baby to cry. You gotta just like... So part of me thinks that maybe that's... I feel bad for child stars a little bit. It seems like maybe he took a break between, but still. Anyway, I like Jeno. Like I said, I was easily teased, so I feel for him on that front. He and I could not be friends though, because if he wants someone to text him back right away, oh my god, I respond to people like 3 days later, and I keep talking like it hadn't been 3 days of break. I'm like, oh, did you have fun at your dinner 3 days ago that you were talking about? And they're like, oh Jesus, like I'm the worst. I think he's very sweet. I like Jeno. Do people have biases for all of NCT? Or do they have like NCT Dream bias, NCT 127 bias, Wavy bias? Or like if you have like a bias but they're a Wavy member, that's still your NCT bias, you know? Because like I like Jeno, but like I also like Jaehyun and Jungwoo. I'm with the J's right now. Now Haechan, I know a little bit about him because he's in 127. He's the maknae of 127, not here though. That would be weird, to be a maknae in one group and then not in the other. I don't know.
A dancer of NCT Dream.
Let him go. His voice is beautiful. It's very distinct vocals. Go Mark. He ballads well.
He is also a member of NCT 127. With his wit and mischievous character, Haechan is often the mood maker.
Look at him go.
재민이 화이팅.
재민아 고기 언제 와?
아우 얄미워 진짜.
왜 일부러 그러냐?
혹시 건드려.
너무 고마워 앞으로.
Good for him. I've seen this clip. Yes. You don't need the mic, my friend.
위로 뿌려 위로. 세븐에.
근데 뿌려서 뭐해?
일단 뿌려봐.
So if that was him in that last clip, because I don't know why it's hard for me to recognize him there, if that was him, he doesn't want competition because he's the comedian. He's Silly Billy. And Silly Billies don't want competition because then they have to work harder to be funnier. But he's very naturally funny.
Haechan has a strange way of sneezing.
Oh.
제지할 때 보통 애취 하는데 애취는 목이 아프기 때문에
이 가사가 어렵더라고요.
아 이게 쉽지 않아요.
Meanwhile.
Yeah, protect that throat,
He
buddy.
can be quite cheeky. He knows how to be serious when he needs to be.
이거 했을 때 여기 성향이 더 나아요. 우린 여기서 센터에서 이걸 하니까 움직일 수가 없고 너네가 완전 많이
And often gives advices to the other members.
저희만 녹음을 했었는데 사실 오기 전에 이제 저 앞에 해찬이 형이었는데 해찬이 형이 이제 끝나고 숙소에 오자마자 저를 조금 알려줬거든요. 그거를 이제 계속 한 10분 정도 강의를 딱 받으면서 좀 느낌 찾아가지고 왔는데 해찬이 형 때문에 그래도 조금 수월한 녹음.
It's nice of him.
Hechan is also very affectionate with his members.
Oh. He's into Renjon, everybody! Look at him go. Oh my god, that was... No, I need a blanket. I'm that person that needs a blanket. Koala. Okay, I know Haechan. The vibe, it was focused more on him being a maknae of NCT 127. I did see that he was a silly Billy in that as well. And then I assumed he was passionate. It's not like I was like, I'm surprised. But it was cool to see that he obviously is very detail oriented there and likes to ensure that their performances are as good as they can be by offering up his own input on things. I think that's always good in a group. It's your group. It's you're all part of it. So watching members be very involved in their performance and how they come across is always cool to see, because it's I feel like in K-pop, this is about to be a tangent for 2 seconds, I apologize. I feel like in K-pop there's this incorrect assumption that they're just picked off the street and they're factory made trainee people that can dance really well, but they don't have this passion or interest in the industry of music and art. And it's always proven time and time again in every group, because once again, people will be like, no, this group's different. But then I see a bunch of groups and I can tell that they all really care a lot about what they do. Who knows, maybe there's 1 or 2 people that are in it for the wrong reasons in this life, not just not NCT, but in the industry. But so same with the Western entertainment industry. There are definitely people that are in it for the wrong reasons and are interested in art or performance or whatever. So I always love seeing how much they give a shit about what they do, because they do work so hard. Okay, Jaemin. I feel like they've all been 2000s, except for maybe Mark is 1999. Jesus fuck. It's well, I guess they were graduations, but then how they were gonna have no people at one point? What was the plan? Anyway.
Is the
Center.
Center of NCT Dream.
I hear a lot of people talk about Jaemin. Whoa. That hair is so nice. Ooh, look at him go. He definitely has charisma. I love that hairstyle.
According to his members, Jimin has a weird personality.
He's a weirdo.
재민이는 확실히 특이한 것 같아요. 재민이 형은 재민이는 약간 정말 다른 세계에서
Maybe y'all are just boring. Jaemin just got a little bit of extra spice, Just livening it up a bit.
정말 이상하게 사는 그러다가 지성이를 만났죠. 아 얘는 나보다 이상한 친구구나. 근데 어머 그 옆에 재민이가 있네.
So there's a weirdness scale.
다른 사람이고.
So I hadn't emptied out my trash and I ran out of room, and so it stopped recording. It'll be 1 second. So.
정상이 아니라 이 재민이도 여러 개의 자아가
맞아. 숨긴 도가 뭐예요? 그것이
I don't.
At times he can be very down to earth.
Self-identifies. He said, "What's a hidden?" No, sorry, wait. Sorry, me. It's like if you ever watched Community, they used to use the word Brita for, like, you Brited the results, you messed up the results. Like you're being very Jamin right now. You're being a weirdo. But I like weird. Mark's face. Mark's like, uh-huh.
다시 한번 말씀드리지만 저희가 3일 동안 유닛으로 나눠서 릴레이 V앱을 하게 됐습니다.
이거의 목적은 뭔지 아세요, 여러분들?
목적이 뭔가요?
헬로 퓨처를 좀 더 홍보하기 위해서.
굉장히 솔직하네.
저는
He said that's what it's for. That's what we were briefed on
Sometimes
this.
he can be very high tension.
게딱지. 게딱지 진짜 맛있지. 그 딱 내장에다 딱 반말하고 딱 비벼서 딱 참기름 조금 딱 넣은 다음에 비벼가지고. 와우.
Talk sexy. Oh, he is on JJ's level. Me.
네, 좋았어요.
Just gonna let it out a bit.
이쪽에 왜 왔죠? 왜 그래?
He's got energy.
장미기라는 친구예요, 여러분 이해해 주세요.
Be careful.
Sometimes he can also be very quiet and calm.
Duality. Oh, I don't like ASMR.
근데 보통 이제 약간 이 시간에 둘 중에 하나죠. 자거나 아니면 스케줄하거나 아니면
Oh, so 3 things.
방에 있거나.
Jimin is also a very loving and affectionate person.
단점 너무 잘해준다.
Aw.
멤버들한테는 어때요? 팬분들한테 하는 거랑 멤버들한테 하는 건 달라요?
저희한테 똑같이 거의 비슷해요.
진짜? 완전 사랑둥이다 진짜.
좋다 진짜.
너무
사랑해줘요.
Like, okay.
We don't know whether it is because of his loving image, or he just likes to watch the other members cringe in pain, but he seems to enjoy doing egg-yo.
Mm.
네, 두 번 하죠.
Some people are just good at it, and so they're like, I like. Yeah, he's going for it. Oh. Ah. You gotta get his screen ready. He's good at it.
둘, 셋.
네가 너무 좋아. 어떡해. 네가 너무 예뻐. 어떻게 생각해? 참아하고 말해. 좋다고.
Some human beings can just be very cute, and it's natural. Well, I'm not gonna say that came like obviously he was putting some effort, but like in terms of like some people are just like they can't even get it out, you know. But some people are just like they're like I like to be cute, you know. Hey, that was very cute. They're all sweating.
Shenlo's a main vote.
Sorry, that was Jamin. Okay, Jesus, fuck. I just like when it paused, it was like my brain stopped working. So that was Jamin. I've heard a lot about him. I feel like when I hear people talk about their biases in NCT, I hear Jamin come up a lot. You know, that's not surprising. I feel like he's very lovable and like he has a big personality and he seems just like super easy to I don't know, connect with in that sense, because like we don't know these people, right? So if they're giving off a colder front, it's harder to connect to someone right away, and so it takes certain people or people that maybe that is like their style. If you're someone that like, you know, is attaching to someone who has a lot to say, a lot to do, like they're weird, they're themselves, like I feel like that's like sometimes an easier person to just get to know quicker. So it seems like he's very much just himself, and I think that's lovely. Honestly, don't change. Be who you are. Jamin says so by being himself too. Chenle.
Love NCT Dream.
Main vocal. Oh, he has a very pretty smile. He's playing piano. Very pretty. Let him go. Very stable.
Chenlo is very talented and has been singing ever since he was little.
Ooh. 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 Oh, it was low, but he sounds very talented.
He is a very cheerful and optimistic person.
He looks like it's a dimple.
제가 보면서 항상 느끼는데 뭐가 남 부분이 없는 성격을 그래서
최고의 칭찬이
일단 제일 좋은 거는 형이랑도 다 친구하려고 하고 프렌드 완전 이런 느낌의 사람이고 그리고 옆에 있으면 애가 하도 긍정적이고 기운이 좋아서 옆에 있으면 저도 그냥 기운이 좋고
그 받는다니까.
That is, and I feel like that's probably not as common to come by in Korea, potentially, especially with like the hierarchy of like age being somewhat important and like a respect level being like, you know, it might be harder to break that boundary of becoming friends with someone who's older than you, because like there's just like a level of like respect there. So it sounds like he, you know, it's not disrespectful in the sense of like, oh, he doesn't respect this person. It's just that age isn't going to be something that stops him. You know, if they're older than him, he's still going to become their friend, which is very open. He's having a good time. Oh, ouchie. Jesus. He's ripping. Oh my god. He's very pretty smile. What happened? Aww. Ooh.
He is also very confident.
I love his smile.
minded.
긍정적으로 생각하면 모든 게 다 좋아져요. 저는 이런 마인드 갖고 있습니다. 그래서 항상 행복하게 살고 있어요. 나 오늘 솔직히 약간 나 오늘 자신감 좀 어떤 자신감? 약간 좀 이쁘게 생겼어. 더 잘할 수 있어요. 저도 그래요. 저는 자신감 없으면 진짜 아무것도 못하는데 다행히 저는 좀 자신감 있는 사람이라 좀.
Luckily, he's right. It's not always easy, but.
맞아. 저 말 잘 못하는데
자신감 있어서 라디오 하고 있잖아요.
Chandler can also be very
He said, be confident. Sometimes it's hard. Some people it comes more naturally to them, but, and you know, I think we all have different mindsets, but I do believe that generally speaking, positivity is a better way to try and see things for the most part. I think I have been in situations where people were just kind of like all coming with a negative mindset and complaining, and it just drags you down. It makes everyone else around you feel worse, right? So there's some instances where it's not like, you know, you don't want to just like invalidate someone's sadness or bad feelings all the time. But in general, if you're approaching a problem, coming to it with a positive mindset and like, we can fix this, we can come up with a solution, is usually going to be the best way to approach it. And it's good to have someone like that in a group. So it's good he's there. I love his smile. Wait, what did they say? I missed that. I'm not gonna lie.
진짜 아무것도 못하는데 다행히 저는 좀 자신감 있는 사람이라 좀 뭐 잘하고 있긴 해요. 네. 맞아요. 저 말 잘 못하는데 자신감 있어서 라디오 하고 있잖아요.
Chandler can also be very transparent.
Transparent. Said, look.
하나, 둘, 셋. 7개.
Said, I got some zits, baby.
Jisung is the main dancer.
He said, I got some zits, baby. I think that's also, I appreciate that, because when you look at idols sometimes and you're like seeing like this literal poreless skin and you're like, how the fuck do they look like that? And I'm 30 years old and I have a fucking pimple. And they're all just in there like, I don't know, weird. No, I mean, thank you, I look good, don't I? And you're like, and then you see a close-up photo and you see the makeup that's caked on and then you're just editing and it's like, that's fine, but let's be honest. We're all experiencing shit. Let's just be honest about what we're going through. So I like when idols are transparent about the struggles they have that everybody else has too. Makes it feel like we're not so different after all, right? People are people. I like him. I like his positivity. I feel like, and you know, they did at the beginning say like, this is not an all-encompassing look at all of these members' individual multifaceted traits, you know, like, so they really focused on his positivity, his singing, and transparency. So I feel like those are 3 important traits to his character, that he's like been doing this for a while. He's very passionate about singing. He has a beautiful voice. I'm very excited now for NCT Dream's Killing Voice. And like, he's just like a joy to be around. I love his smile. I said it a million times, but I just do. He looks so sweet. It was like one of those ones where you can't help but smile too. You're like, oh. Okay, so we're not at the Maknae yet. Main dancer, sub-rapper, sub-vocal, Jisung. I've heard of Jisung too. I feel like I technically have heard all these names, but if you had asked me before this to name all the members of NCT Dream, I couldn't have.
Sub-rapper and vocal of NCT Dream.
Ooh. Eat it up. Ooh. A couch. How pretty you. I like the purple. Who is that? Very nice low tone.
As the Maknae.
Oh, he's
Jisung
Maknae.
is practically babied and loved by all the members.
Why does he look 2 there? Why does he look like a literal child? When did he debut? Is this a trainee video? Why is he a child? Aw. Aw. So he's baby. It's funny seeing the Magne of 127 going to the Magne of Dream being like, oh, you're so cute. And like NCT 127, he like goes to them the next day and they're like, oh, it's Haechan. Like what a world, like weird world you must be living in to like one comeback you're the baby and the next comeback you have a baby. Like physically they gave birth to Jisung. Anyway, but he's a cute face. You're cute.
지성이 나 찍어야지. 나 지성이 직캠 찍을 거야.
Ooh, look at him go. He's got an audience. He's got fans.
제일 좋아하는 지성이가 귀여울 때 내가 하는 행동은 보여드려요. 뭐만 하면 런쥔이가 갑자기 저기서 그냥 하면서 달려오는데 약간 좀비 같아가지고.
아니 근데 솔직히 지성이 이쁨 많이 받을 것 같아. 귀여우니까 그 자체가 이쁨. 넌 가만히 있어. 귀여워.
Jisung can be quite clumsy at times.
Oh no. Big rep. Like a big rep, but also big rep. Oh. 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 Oh.
Jisung has a very pure and curious soul, and often wanders off into his own little world.
He's so tired there. What you doing? Is he talking to a tree? Oh, he looks very innocent there. I would do that too, though. If I saw a big balloon, I'd be like, gotta touch it.
Like Jeno and Chandler, Jisung also has his fair shares of pre-debut activities.
He was on a children's show.
In fact, Chandler and Jisung had actually met in 2013 before they entered SM.
설러랑 지성이는 운명이에요.
Oh.
난 이거에 그게 있어요. 어떤 게 있는지 자부심이 있어. NCT를 위해 회사에 들어오기 전부터 우연히 만난 관계.
Mark's so proud.
그리고 여기서 만나고 또 못 알아봤어요.
Of course not.
드라마야?
근데 제가 진짜 거짓말 안 치고 저 진짜 한국 도착하자마자 그때 그 친구 한번 그 친구 만날 수 있을까 진짜 그런 생각했어요 진짜.
이게 진짜 대박이라니까요.
That's the end of this guide to NCT Dream. Hope you've enjoyed.
I did. Oh. Ah. Oh. So last one there, Jisung, the maknae. Is there like younger people in Wavy, or is he the baby? Because he was given real baby vibes there. He seems very sweet. Seems just like, you know, a very loved maknae, which is nice. There's always the different kinds. There's the ones that are like humbled because they're like a lot, or there's the ones I think if they don't come across as like the most confident when they're, you know, debuting and stuff like that, I think their members take it upon themselves to be like, you're the best ever and we're gonna fucking lift you up, bitch, we love you. And that's not to say that, you know, you don't always have to be confident. It's very hard when you're debuting. So I feel like if a group senses any like uncertainty from a baby maknae, they're like, I will love you. Yeah, I feel like I'd have to learn more about him, but I don't know, like I was saying, like do we have NCT biases that are like per unit, or do we just bias across, like, do I have one bias? Because then I gotta really think about it if I'm like locking down one. Are people like double, triple biasing in NCT? I gotta know now. Jenno stood out to me. Chenle stood out to me. And I still love Mark. Like, it's very clear that like regardless of if he's like the official leader or not now, it's very clear that he cares a lot about this group and is happy to represent them and is very proud of them. So that's nice. That's what you want in a leader. So, I just like that Canadian boy. I just also think it's really funny that they're all like, we don't listen to you. There's also a bagpipe playing. I don't know if you can hear it at all. So next up, what I'll be doing is I'll be like, and I'm maybe not the next video, but coming up in the near future, I will be doing an NCT Dream Killing Voice. I'm very excited. They all sounded amazing, obviously. I felt as if when I watched NCT's guide, NCT 127's guide, that they were very rap forward and not super vocal forward. But then I heard a lot of amazing vocals on their Killing Voice. And then similarly, when I was watching NCT Dream, I felt they were very vocal forward and less rap forward. It's clear they have rappers. Their leader is a rapper. But I'm curious to see, like, in their discography, how rap, like, is it, you know, half and half? Is it still very vocal forward? I'm curious. So I'm kind of curious to get more into their discography and to hear more of their vocals, live vocals, and performance. And then I'll get into some wavy eventually. Thank you to everyone who has taken the time to subscribe to my channel or leave a comment, a like, watch the video in full. I know these reactions can be kind of long, but I really appreciate anyone that's stuck around and that, you know, is enjoying watching me as I do these, because I'm having a good time with it. And once again, I said this about ATEEZ, and I'm feeling it right now with NCT. As of right now, I've felt really positive, a very positive reception from Senis and citizens. And it's always a good feeling because I said this in my ATEEZ video, I'll say it here, a fan base can absolutely be a reason to want to spend time liking a group or not. So far my interactions with all in citizens have been super positive, and I'm very appreciative of that. Keep an eye out for more videos coming out in the future. If you want to see me react to any specific song or group or thing or whatever, please let me know. And I hope you're having a great November. I keep saying this, but I guess that's what I'm gonna say now because I don't know what else to say. And I'll see you around. Bye.